guy that says that doesn't get pessimistic and can continue to provide those calls, which are really important in the moments like this one right here. They see IHC is coming up from that top side. Instead of just wavering in the compound, they immediately send out, take the hard decision. Six does go down to Rogue, but it is re-knocked either way onto IHC. We'll see how Na'Vi can deal with this one. Zol just about misses onto Na'Vi in the vehicle roll-up.
Na'Vi have to move. They haven't had time to get this res either. Lemon moving forwards, getting that stim ready to move on out, trying to confirm this flush. As Six on the back of the buggy needs to be healed, clutching his stomach. He's looking the worse for wear, but the roll down onto Zyol is good. And Na'Vi make one more step. Out to the east side, though, TJB keep the flex going. IHC try to move into their territory, and they step out. They move out wide and look to flank through. TJB down, but can Na'Vi push through?
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Na'Vi is able to get all their players back up, but under the assault of both TJP and now as well as Falcons, this has been a hard position to get away from. Good shot over towards Flower, though. Will at least allow 2 players to break out from Na'Vi. 5 eliminations. They're looking for a top 5. Still 8 teams left in the lobby, and quite a few teams are in safe positions. So a difficult game to continue in on with. Enigma Galaxy here, though, did move over towards ASI 8. I think it's just the 2 players, I believe.
It's 2 players for Enigma Galaxy. Yeah, I think there's a couple more for ASI 8. Yeah, they have got... Oh, no, they've got 2 as well. Yeah, so it's just a 2v2.
The player down towards the south side.
That's unfortunate. On their flex outs, they looked pretty good, but just a little bit too much challenge there. Team Queso, they've been moved aside. Will go down. Losing that high ground. They sent Melodious off into the distance, I think. But that's not going to last too much longer. And 4 players for Falcons up on the high ground. High ground on the edge of the circle and Falcons. Blank, I think I know where the circle's going.
Yeah, it's going to keep moving north. The thing for Falcons is that I expected more performance out of them so far. I know they're not doing badly, but honestly, maybe this is just a case of bad memories from PMGC, let's put it that way, coming back to bite them. But good job to Na'Vi, though, on this south side. They made that rotate. They went over towards the cliff face. They know they're not in circle, but they can have consistent effect in towards this one. Good shots from Falcons, though. Keep pouring down, picking up more eliminations.
Cilio trying to hold off their compound against TJB, but it's a pretty furious fight. Cilio looking okay, though. TJB have not managed to have the impact on the crash that maybe they would have liked. In the meantime, Na'Vi moving up from that south side, getting ahead of this road crossing. Actually surviving for a little bit longer. Into a decent spot here underneath the tower. They'll take up residency. Still on that crash, TJ.
But yeah, they are in full survival mode right now.
It's a real tough time for those teams out on the east. I think TJB might be able to outlast them. The next crate, I don't think, is in the circle either. So you're looking at that rock, a tree, that's maybe going to keep you safe from the Falcons. But they've got 4 sight lines that are taking a real strong look over towards TJB's position here. It's going to be a smoke rollout, and I don't think TJB have the vehicles to really go for this one quickly. You can see the smoke starting to bloom. They're making that move now. And the Falcons need to be ready. They're watching that open ground. The smokes are still coming out for TJB. And with the zone putting pressure on, this southwest side is going to get messy. ASI 8 playing to the back of their building. They know the safe side of this one. And a shot over towards Icy. Over from Falcons there. Na'Vi find a little opener. ASI 8 now with a little bit more freedom because of that to go across. And Narvalo immediately met with the wrong end of a DBS. Noki able to go 1-for-1. IQ's down on the backlines. And a potential trade here for Enigma Galaxy to stay alive on the high ground. Spotted through the window. No That's way. So nasty from Falcons up the top. They're trying to sweep out, move towards Na'Vi. Can TJB use that smoke train now to get into position?
Yeah, for TJB, again, I think for Falcons, they are much more preoccupied with this fight on the western side. I think they're trying to pick up as many eliminations as possible and clear out TJB. So TJB might just been gifted a second place purely off the back of Falcons understanding that there is more limbs available to them on this east side. They rather they weren't picked up by one another. But up to 6 now. Overwhelming 57.9% prediction here rate coming through for Falcons. Action's going to look to move a little bit.
This is the difficulty, though. I mean, Falcons are now right up against the blue zone flank. it goes south. TJB are in this with their rock. Their solo hold on this position may be enough to slow the Falcons down. Look at that. Icy's going to go. Falcons don't have too much cover to work with. 676 is there. Ooh, he needs to be very careful. Can't go down. Lemon does get spotted on the off angle. Long's also underneath the vehicle. Is taking tickle damage, but somehow shimmies away. No. Icy is down, but the Falcons on 3. Can they find the solo player out in the grass? They got 2 from Na'Vi to deal with. If they can get the res onto Lemon, but 6 is down, that means it's just 2 snakes out in the grass for the Falcons to try and pick up.
Yeah, the Falcons have to move, though. You're right. 8 eliminations, not a bad game whatsoever. And it is Redux. Can't really count this guy out, but I think with the position he's got to move into, oh boy, life is difficult. Smokes are really going to be the only thing that gives him any kind of cover, and he's sort of just playing off this lip to try and catch a player off as they move out into open ground. I think Top's the one that has the angles on him. Good shot from Redux, tries to confirm the elim. I think he might still get it purely off the play zone pushing in, and now it's a 1v2 with 676 with some awesome sightlines. Has to hit those shots though, and is unable to do it.
The flush comes on through. It's a 1v2. He knows both of these positions, though. The shots came through, did not have quite the sightlines to fully control that left side peak, unfortunately. And he's really committing to the shots onto East, but cannot quite connect. And East reads into that beautifully, dips out through the smoke, has the read exactly where he needs to go for the fire through it. Brilliantly pinged out, played to perfection. And the Falcons descend on the open fields. A fantastic chicken dinner for them.